What is up, guys? Bass in East Texas here. Gonna hit you up with a quick little favorite pre-spawn swim baits, ranging from my favorite glide baits to my favorite soft baits. So without further ado, let's get this video started. So bait number one is going to be the 316 Lures Rising Sun 8-inch version, weedless. The reason I choose this bait is because it's a big imitation, big shad imitation, or a big bait really. You can imitate anything from trout, bluegill, shad like this. Anything you want to with this bait because it's just a really good looking bait. I go with this bait because it's weedless, one point off. So that's a really good feature, especially here in East Texas, because these fish, they like to get down in the deep, darkest timber, grass, anything they can, right before they move up on the bed to do their deal. So that's why I choose the 8-inch weedless Rising Sun. I'll be throwing this on my 8-foot heavy action 4 to 8 ounce 13 fishing swim bait rod with 25-pound fluoro or 65-pound braid. So that's bait number one. Bait number two is going to be the Huddleston 68 Special weedless. The reason I choose this bait is because it's a super natural looking bait. It's good for those days where the fish don't really want to bite that much, and they're being really weary of a big bait like this that doesn't look as natural, and you can't reel it as slow. This bait you can reel super slow, get a nice good thump out of that tail. Looks just like a big gizzard shad or a bluegill or whatever you want to be swimming through your waters. It's a perfect meal for when the fish are hungry, wanting to move on beds but can't quite do it, in a good filler meal form. We've done this bait on 65-pound braid or 17-pound fluorocarbon on a heavy action rod and a 7:2-to-1 gear ratio reel. Bait number two, the Huddleston Weedless 68 Special. Bait number three is going to be the Rome-made Negotiator in US Gill. The reason I choose this bait is because I can just cover a lot of water with this bait. I can fish it like a jerk bait. I can reel it really slow and get a nice, beautiful, natural looking glide out of it. It's just a versatile bait for this time of year. It looks just like what the fish hate, which is a big bluegill. They hate that being around their beds. And it's just a really nice high protein meal for a big bass or for move on the beds. I'll be throwing this bait on a medium action rod on 17-pound fluoro or 17-pound mono with a 7:2-to-1 gear ratio reel. And that's my setup, and that's the reason I like to throw the 7-inch Rome-made Negotiator. The last bait, my favorite bait, is the 9-inch JSJ Siren Glide. I choose this bait whenever I'm really just headhunting for the biggest trash panda in the lake. This bait really just pulls the biggest fish around up out of the depths and really just makes them show themselves. I also like to use this bait for a search bait, and you may think a 9-inch swim bait is a search bait. Yes, it just pulls them out of the cover. You see where they're at, and then you come back later with a normal bait like a jig or a shaky head or drop shot, or whatever you like to throw. But this bait also just gets really giant bites this time of year. This is going to be for one of your biggest fish in the lake. I'll be throwing this bait on the same rod as I do the 316 Rising Sun. My 8-foot, 4 to 8 ounce heavy action Defy Black swim bait rod by 13 Fishing on 25-pound fluorocarbon and a 5:3-to-1 gear ratio reel. That is my setup and why I like to throw the 9-inch JSJ Siren Glide. Hey guys, this has been Bass in East Texas. Thanks for watching my favorite pre-spawn swim baits. Hope you enjoyed. I'll probably be coming out next week and the week after with a spawn, and then the week after that I'll come up with the pro spawn. So I'll just kind of do a good 3-part video for y'all, depending on where you're at in the country. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. Go out and get some of these baits. Go to your local lake and start catching some of the big trash pandas that live in the deepest, darkest, dankest water of the lake. This has been Bass in East Texas, and I will catch y'all in the next one.